Welcome back to my F1 22 My Team Career Mode. This is part 24 or episode 24, and whatever you like to say, episode or part. But this is the Austin Grand Prix, the USA Grand Prix. I'm pretty sure the last one was Monza, I think. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. We had a pretty good race last week, if I remember, so I hope we bring that momentum to this USA GP, our home GP. We're from America, just like Logan Sargent in the Williams. Not in this game, but in real life. So all that benefits that just happened, it was like from the free practice 3 session. So we got a bunch of discounts for R&D. Yeah, we got some more R&D points. We're at 2,401. And so we're going to make an upgrade, or else that'd be a waste of time. Just stocking all these parts when we have upgrades to make and time to make them. So I'm going to make an engine cover, which should help with weight reduction in the chassis department. I mean, as you can see, all of our R&D, we're like little over halfway for all of them, so not to max cars yet, and we are still last. And here's the Austin Grand Prix qualifying session now. Well, you know how I do one-shot qualifying, and there's me. I'm sure the setup is already set up, because I did it in the practice. Oh, yep. And then I'm just going to switch my parts. I've even been switching the good ones, like the ICE. The number 2 is already good, but I'm still going to switch it to 3. So I'm just going to try to have the best car from my home GP. Try to score some good points. Maybe even get the win, Did we win last time? I don't think we won last time. We were just in the podium last race. But getting a win at our home GP, pretty good. So we're just going to run some softs, and it's pretty good. And now we're starting the lap. Maybe when we hit like episode 50 or something. What are we, 24? Just another 26 more episodes. New game will probably be out by then, but maybe if we hit 50, we'll start doing like full shot qualifying. Maybe not full shot, but the shorter one, but still longer than this one. And then for the race, I think we should do 50% races, because I feel like this is 25%. It's only like 13 laps. I don't think that's that long. Maybe when we hit 50, episode 50, then we'll start doing 50% races. But here's the qualifying, and I'll go straight into the race after this.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Sainz, Norris, and George Russell. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome once again then to the United States Grand Prix here in the magnificent city of Austin. It was here in 2018 that Kimi Räikkönen delighted the world by taking the top step of the podium for the first time in 114 races. There's always a record to be broken, so what, I wonder, is in store for us here today? We're racing then today in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of this wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles per hour here today, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into turn 1 and the long back straight into turn 12. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen and Hamilton, Leclerc, Vettel, Fernando Alonso and Hughes, Ocon, Albon, Kevin Magnussen and Joe, Bottas, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda and Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Schwartzman, Latifi and Mick Schumacher. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Natalie Binkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's fantastic to have you with us today. I'm curious though, how do you think the drivers stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the rundown into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It'll keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Alright, that is the qualifying session over. It looks like we're starting P10, and there's 5 lights, and out and away we go. And it looks like we get a pretty bad start because we lose position to Ocon, and it looks like Albon's gonna overtake us too, but I think there was some contact. I make a big dive bomb. I have some contact with Vettel, which I don't think any of us have suffered damage from that, which is pretty good. Just some tire-to-tire combat. Skipping ahead in lap 1, make another dive bomb on Hamilton. And again, there was some contact, I think, but none of us suffered damage from that. Maybe Hamilton, but it looks like he's doing pretty good. Except that he just got overtook by, I think, Vettel or Alonso. I think both of them overtook Hamilton. It looks like Alonso tried to overtake me while I was trying to overtake Vettel. In the end, I came out to the better of the two. We're rounding off lap 1. Looks like we caught up to Ricciardo and Verstappen in P5, P6. Starting on the first turn of lap 2, I go around the outside of Verstappen, see if I can hook it around and get Ricciardo too. And no, so I just will have to settle, but it looks like Verstappen is trying to come back at us, going into the S section, and it was not successful. So we end up P6 with Verstappen dropping down even more. I make a dive bomb on Ricciardo, and yeah, I think he just completely turned in on me. But I feel like that was my fault because I was pretty far back. But I feel like he could have seen me though and just take some avoiding action. But yeah, so maybe Ricardo suffered some damage. Yeah, I think he definitely, because right now he just got overtaken by Hamilton and Vettel, and it looks like he did jump into the pits early. So I think he suffered some front wing damage on my move, but I didn't suffer any damage, which is pretty good. Not good for Ricardo in the Ferrari, but yeah, I feel like he could have avoided me. But that was kind of my fault. That move, I was pretty far back. So, and it looks like we're heading into lap 6 now. This is our lap 2 box, and it looks like Mick Schumacher boxed at the end of lap 5, at the beginning of lap 6. So pretty weird. And here we are now, hopping into the pits, and we see all the front runners. They're just finishing with their pit stops now, with me just coming into my pit stop. So it looks like we had Sainz and Norris and Alonso, Verstappen. Let's see who else. Hamilton pitted, and Sainz pitted for hards. Well, I don't know what. That's some Ferrari strategy right there. He should have pitted for softs or something. I don't know. I mean, not softs, for mediums. Unless he went mediums in his first stint, then he should have pitted for softs. But there is no way anybody should be on the hards in a 14 lap race. I don't know what Ferrari is doing over there. So just fast forward this, and we have just in P5. So it looks like the undercut or the overcut didn't work at all. So yeah, we're just in the same position we were before the round of pit stops, but we gained. We're on P4 now. I don't know I don't know what happened. I think someone was running the alternate strategy from mediums to softs. I think that's how we gained the position. I think, I'm not sure. But we're almost at the podium, but I don't think we're gonna get a podium because Leclerc in the Red Bull is he's pulling away from me, and he's at the 6-second mark away from me. It's 6 and like 4/10 basically, and it looks like I cannot, for all the driving I'm doing, I can't catch up at all. So I'm just going to have to settle for P4 at my home GP, which is pretty good. I'm not that good at this track. Like, I say like Jeddah or Bahrain or maybe Abu Dhabi. Those, like, I feel like those are my best tracks in this game. Something with all these technical curves and like this, and maybe Brazil. I'm not that good at these tracks. So P4 in my car, pretty good. And we got a yellow flag, it looks like. Oops, I did not see who retired. I think it was Sainz. Sainz in the Ferrari. My championship title contender. Is it title contender? I guess he is a title contender. He's my championship rival. He retired from my home GP. I'm probably thinking my fans are probably screaming that he retired, which is not respectful, you know. It's like if someone crashes, like the fans shouldn't be cheering, even like if they're opposite fans, because you should be hoping that person is safe. But yeah, Sainz is retiring, so which that moved me into the podium. I said earlier I wasn't gonna get a podium. See, I got a podium, P3 baby. It looks like Hamilton in the Mercedes is right on my booty. He's gonna try to send one down the outside. Is it gonna work? I mean, he does a little switch back down to the inside, but I just gained more traction on him on the exit of that turn. So he was like 2/10 away from me. Now he's 4/10. Now he's 3/10. Now 2/10. Now 1/10. And now he's past me. But I go down the inside. Is he gonna switch back? No. Was there a little contact, or was that just me on the curb? I think that was just me on the curb. There was a little oversteer. I think oversteer. But rounding the final couple of turns now into this long right-hander. Very, very long. But yeah. And it looks like while all of Hamilton's attacks have failed, I will prevail and end up P3, and it looks like Lando Norris takes the win, which is pretty good. I think he won a race before in this season. I'm not sure. But Lando Norris and the McLaren, pretty good. Congratulations to Charles Leclerc, the Rebel, being the better Rebel driver this weekend than Verstappen. We get driver of the day, pretty good. I'd say without Sainz's engine retirement or anything, damage, something retirement, we would have definitely not gone a podium position. Look at my front wing. There's another hole. I think that happened last episode too. And there's a big hole in the front wing. So I had some contacts with people. Lando Norris, he gets the win for McLaren. If only that was real life, man. If McLaren got a win, they'd be so happy. You know, their car, it's like one of the worst cars on the grid this season. Just saying. Hopefully, I think by the time this episode comes out, it would have been like free practice 1 and 2 sessions already, maybe just 1. But yeah, it's Baku week, Azerbaijan. Happy race week after that 4-week break. Felt like a little mini spring break. I think it was supposed to be a China race in between Baku and what did we just have? Australia, I think. So yeah, but China got canceled, so that's why there was this 4-week break, which is crazy. 4 weeks, that felt way too long. But it's race week again. So yeah, Sainz retiring and me in the podium positions, we gain a bunch of points on him. I'm not sure if it's enough to catch up, but let's see. So the race rundown is Norris, Leclerc, me, Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen, Alonso, Ricardo, Russell, Magnussen, Albon, Gasly, Latifi, Bottas, Tsunoda, Piastri, Zhou, Schumacher, Ocon, Schwartzman, Stroll, and Sainz. Oh, he didn't retire. He just had a... They said he was 2 laps down, so he was still in the race, which is weird. But no, I'm only 10 points behind, so he still leads. But 10 points, I mean, if he does have another shocker of a race like that, maybe he will. Maybe I will gain on him, but... And we're still 5th in the constructors. I saw Albon was P11 in that Williams, and it was pretty good. I think they should sign Albon next season, but yeah, in that Williams pretty good. I saw what else? Gasly P10 in the AlphaTauri in the US in this GP, pretty good. Gasly too, because I mean the AlphaTauri is not that good of a car either. Williams, AlphaTauri, they're at the bottom. I mean, in the R&D chart, it doesn't say they're at the bottom, but they're basically at the bottom. I think the one I'm at the bottom. I'm 11 in R&D. I think the one above me is Alpine. I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll see when I open it up. But we are choosing the activities for me to do before the next GP, which is the Brazil GP at the circuit. I forgot the circuit. Sao Paulo. There we go. How could I forget? Yeah, Sao Paulo GP, or Brazilian GP. So that should be a fan favorite. I know everyone loves that GP in real life. In the game, it's pretty fun too. But like I said before, I'm not that good at it. And going from advancing all those weeks, looks like we got a heap of R&D points. And so I'm going to make an upgrade. It looks like our rear wing just got upgraded, I'm pretty sure, for the aerodynamic side. And we do not have any more powertrain upgrades, which is pretty good. Bad. I need to upgrade the facility. But to spec 3, I'm currently on spec 2. And I try to make some wheel rims upgrade for a weight reduction. I don't have enough points. And that rear wing upgrade, I think, unlocked me to upgrade the halo, which is pretty good, I guess. How do you upgrade the halo in real life? Like, you can't make it lighter, because I'll make it less stronger, right? Because they need a pass. But yeah, with the R&D points I do have, I make a turbo reliability, durability upgrade to the turbo. So, oh, we passed Alpine. Yay, we're P10. Not that good, but yay, we're not bottom of the R&D. But yeah, AlphaTauri was 9, Haas is 8, was a Williams. Williams is above like, Williams is like 7 or something. If they're 7, Albon should have scored a point easy. If Albon is car is technically better than the AlphaTauri, he should have beat Gasly to that P10 for that 1 point. But what else? Yeah, we just got a something event. I don't know, department event. I think that's what they're called. It looks like there's a gym that wants to give us some gym equipment. Or replace our gym equipment. I don't know. I just chose to accept. I think that's what I just chose. It did something bad, also did something good, just like with all these department events. But here we are to the Sao Paulo GP in Brazil. So join us next week for the next episode. And thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, get us to 190. Happy race week in Azerbaijan.